G'day, how you going? I'm Tony, or Mayhem, Gentle Mayhem. I'm 50 years old. I've just got out of prison for the third time. It all started back when I was about 12, and I was introduced to marijuana by family members. By 14 I was selling it, and a teenage alcoholic. Now, the reason for this to happen is when I was young, I was molested, and that's why we can't do it. But anyway, this is my story. At about 17, I started speed, and within 3 or 4 months, I was selling it. At that point in my life, I had everything I'd ever wanted. I had cars, I had girls, I had friends. I was going through a couple of pounds speed a week. I'd walk into the local nightclub, and there'd be a drink waiting on the bar for me. No price, no fee.
You don't condone that behaviour.
Anyway, take away the drugs, none of that would have happened. My life would have been normal. And looking back, I would have preferred it to be normal. I do have a trade. I'm a boilermaker. With drug abuse comes memory loss, and well, I haven't really gained any memory back. But anyway, by the time I was 19, I was looking at going to prison. Didn't want to, so I ran away to New Zealand. Anyway, I got there, got involved with some bikers, turned my life around, basically got off the drugs. For a good 13 years, I smoked a bit of Yandi, and I took the old acid trip, even had a line or two, but nothing like my previous life. I ran into a good woman, had a child. Unfortunately, I think it's a side effect of my troubled upbringing. I started playing up and couldn't keep my cop off, so I ruined that. And it seems that anything good in my life at the moment, I just start to ruin. But if you listen, hopefully you don't make the same mistakes. Yeah, so I was in New Zealand for 13 years. I was living clean. I had a home gym. I was playing touch 3 times a week, playing rugby league, and then rugby union up until I was 32. And, you didn't need drugs. Adrenaline. I had a motorbike that was over 300 k's an hour. That was the biggest rush I've ever had in my life. I had V8s, beautiful cars. Yeah. And when you got stuff like that, you get your adrenaline in other ways. You don't need drugs or want drugs. But we broke up, and to prevent myself from murdering her and her new boyfriend, I moved back to Australia. When I got back, while I was in New Zealand, I also studied martial arts for 3 years straight. 3 days full training a week. I was supposed to represent New Zealand, but I never quite got around to it. Self-sabotage again. But anyway, back to Australia. When I got back here, my mum was dying. I did some work for my father, built a big deck for him. Stayed out there. Mum died, and that was basically a trigger. Gear, pills, didn't matter what, I wanted it. And for about 3 years straight, I destroyed myself, absolutely, completely, and utterly. And this time around, even though I was selling everything, I could not keep my head above water. I did crime, and, well, yeah, there's dogs everywhere, and it's part of the lifestyle. But yeah, got dogs in for a couple of things. Did about 3.5 years, with a couple of little stints in between it. And I got up to 132 kilos, which is about 40 kilos heavier than I am now. They touch 3 times a week. You know, I felt brilliant when I got out. I got out, and my then partner picked me up and said, "You've got a doctor's appointment in 20 minutes to get me a script." So I went and got some class 8 painkillers, and as hard as I tried, I could not help reverting. Now this was fairly short-lived. I finished up with her. By now I'm back in my hometown, and yeah, had a bit of a scare mentally. Cleaned up. Didn't touch shit for another three years or so, and then recently lapsed. And well, yeah, I mentioned I just got out of prison. That was my ex Ava. Anytime I'm near the bitch, I get arrested. Something goes wrong, and I should never have gone with her. I took her down to Brisbane. Took her home. On the way back home, I crashed the car, and I was under the influence of amphetamine. Now, pleading guilty to that, and I know about 18 other small charges. I got sentenced to 13 months, and I did just under 5. Anyway, my plan is to totally and completely stay straight from this day on. I may do some more in-depth videos later on different parts of my life. It's interesting, I suppose. But that's a basic rundown on what I am, what I've done, and where I'm going. Yeah, this time around in prison, I was lucky enough to be in a unit with a Shalat master. And he got me back into my martial arts. We sparred just about every day, and yeah, it was really, really, really good. And I'd like to get back into my martial arts fully, even though I'm a bit of an old fella now. And yeah, get the discipline back. Yeah, that's about it for now. But yeah, next time we'll go into it in more depth.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening, and yeah, stay clean.